Hello everyone, this is AJ and welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new movie review. A review for a new horror film called The Cellar, which has pretty much just come out. So let's talk about this movie. Okay, first off, I'm in a different filming location, not in my studio, as my wife's still in bed and fast asleep. So I'm not going to wake her up by going upstairs and filming in the room next door. So you've got me down here. Now, I'm not very big on horror movies, and I would have passed this one by if it wasn't for one cast member. Now, that cast member being Elisha Cuthbert. Yeah, now Elisha Cuthbert is an actress that I know that from some time ago. She was Jack Bauer's daughter in the TV series 24. She was in the movie The Girl Next Door. She was in House of Wax, the remake. And I haven't seen her in anything for a long, long time. Now, I know she has been busy. She has been on TV doing stuff. But I probably haven't seen her for a decade in anything. So I thought I'll give this a watch. Intrigued for that very reason. Now, this film, The Cellar, it's an Irish film, and it is written and directed by Brendan Muldowney. I'm unaware of who he is or any of the stuff that he has done, but he has, looking on IMDb, he has made some films prior to this and written and directed films, which is always good when you've got a sort of filmmaker as opposed to a director for hire. So I was intrigued by this film. Like I said, it's an Irish production. It's all filmed in Ireland. The cast includes, like I said, Elisha Cuthbert as Kira Woods, Ian McKen as Brian Woods, her husband, Dylan Fitzmaurice Brady as Stephen Woods, who's Kira's son, and Abby Fitz as Ellie Woods, her daughter. So it's this family who are American. They've moved over to Ireland for their business that they run. They've moved into this house, a very old looking house, very English, Irish looking, shall we say, externally and internally, not sort of places you'd see in America or in American films. It's got a very sort of Irish feel to it, shall we say. So they go into this house, and the previous owner has left a load of stuff in the house. They've taken the house on with the stuff in it, and there's this cellar there. And basically, I'm going to keep this short, the synopsis for the film short, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to go and see it. But basically, her daughter goes missing. Elisha Cuthbert's daughter goes missing in this cellar. There's a very fantastic scene. Basically, what you get is you get the sort of superhero. What am I saying? You get sort of horror tropes within this film that are there in every sort of haunted house film that we say. So I'm not going to knock the film for that because every film does it. There's a fantastic scene where strange things are happening. All the lights go out, and her daughter has to find the fuse box. Now it's only her daughter and son at home because they're at work, and the house is in darkness, and she has to venture down into the cellar. And her mum tells her over the phone that you've only got to go down 10 steps because her daughter's very apprehensive about going in. So she's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10, but then the counting continues. It continues and continues and continues, and they rush home and the daughter's missing. Obviously, they don't know what's happened to her daughter. They search the house, they search the grounds, this sort of thing. And then they uncover that there's these strange symbols sitting above every door in the house and all this sort of thing going on. There's this mathematical equation that's been found over a gramophone by the daughter and son prior to the daughter's disappearance. It just leads to this I don't really want to say what's going on. I don't really want to tell you what's going on because I don't want to spoil it. So I'm going to leave it there, basically. But it plays like a sort of haunted house film, and it plays like a missing persons film as well. Now, I'm not very big on horror. Horror doesn't really intrigue me too much. So like I said, I would have passed this film by if it wasn't for the casting. Now, as for acting in the film, Elisha Cuthbert was fantastic. She's obviously really come into her own as an actress. And I thought she was outstanding in this because, like I said, I haven't seen her for some time, and I only remember her in her younger roles. So I was quite blown away. I mean, she's still got the look. She's still very attractive. She's got darkened hair in this. So I was intrigued to see her, and she gives a wonderful performance. She really does. The other cast members, they give good performances as well. The young boy, a little bit of criticism in that his accent does slip at times. But other than that, he's only 12 years old, so give him his due. A very intriguing film. Now, the storyline, it kept me attached to the screen the whole way through. As far as writing and directing goes, I was very impressed with the writing and directing in this as well. It looks wonderfully directed. Some of the camera angles, the shots, the use of shadows, the darkness. I can't fault the directing in this film. I can't fault the writing in this film. So much so that Brendan Muldowney, the director of this, I would like to keep an eye on his work and maybe go back and visit some of his previous work as well, in that I thought there's a lot of talent within this individual that has written and directed this film. I know that after watching the film, I have read a few little bits, and I know there's some criticisms about the end of the film. Now, that's where horror usually drops for me, at the end. The film does end on a downbeat. It doesn't give you an uplifting ending, and I like that sort of a film, that sort of bravery within storytelling, where it hasn't got to be nice, because in Hollywood and things, you've got to have a decent ending. They force you to have a decent ending. Whenever you get a downer ending, it feels very brave. This film gives you an ending that isn't particularly happy, shall we say, and I like that. I like that bravery, and I like the sort of finality that this film gives you. Now, this musical score within the film, Stephen McKean. Now, this is a guy who's I'm not aware of any of his scores prior to this, but there was something about it that reminded me a lot of Alien. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know if it's from Alien or Aliens. There was his music was fantastic in the film. It put you on edge. The scenes that were slow, like this thing climbing up the stairs, his music really enveloped the film. It took you into the movie. It gripped you, and it's a fantastic score inside this film. Not a sort of score that you'd listen to externally or anything like that, but as the film goes, the musical score was just fantastic. Now, this is rather a cheap film. It's not, it's not got a massive production value. It's not full of special effects or anything like this, but it's got lovely use of scenery. The building that it's in, it's not set bound. Doesn't feel set bound. It feels quite big scale in that sense. When they're out of the house, the scenery looks fantastic, and the final scenes when they go down these stairs, or Elisha Cuthbert's character goes down these stairs and enters through these other doors and into this sort of I don't know what to say. I don't know what to call it. So would it be a sort of purgatory type of an area, in a different dimension? There's all this stuff about symbols within the film and maths and numbers. They say for Jaws that Jaws, you never go in the water again. This film will make you never want to count again. Yeah, it's numbers, mathematics, symbology, that comes into play heavy and thematically within this film. And I was impressed. I was very impressed with this film. And when this hits physical media, it is a film that I will go and purchase. I was that blown away by it. I really did enjoy it. So hats off to writer-director Brendan Muldowney. He done a fantastic job within this film. And I loved every minute of it. And that's coming from someone who's not big on horror. But this film just... It had elements that I really, really enjoyed, and I'm going to enjoy revisiting this film somewhere down the line. Anyway, so that was it. That was my review for this film. Very positive. I know that on IMDb, I think it's only got about a 5 out of 10, 5.4 out of 10, something like that. But it certainly deserves higher. It deserves people to watch it and give it their own appraisal, not to just dismiss it by the title or what they perceive it might be. It's very intriguing watch, running at 1 hour and 34 minutes and a 15 rating. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So that's a thumbs up from me. I enjoyed the film. This is AJ. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, if you did, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Come and join the channel for more content like this. I always give honest reviews. I give you my thoughts. I'm not biased by anyone else or what anyone else says. I'll give you what I think of a movie, and I'm not usually this. It's probably the best horror film that I've seen in some time. Anyway, this is AJ. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you all later. Take care all, and goodbye.